Hey everyone, it's Tracy Matthews of Flourish and Thrive Academy, and I'm here today with Robin Kramer. Yay!
Woo-hoo. Hi everyone.
Robin, what are we here to talk about today?
We're here to talk about sales, my favorite thing.
It is your favorite thing, and we always talk about sales together. I mean, sort of. So today we wanted to give you some easy sales tactics to build a strong foundation for repeat jewelry sales. At the beginning of the year, it's really important to set that foundation and to create a container. So Robin, the sales expert, right, is here today to give us a few tips. So Robin, when we were talking earlier, we talked about some of your tips, and the first one that you wanted to talk about was having a sales goal. Why don't we go there?
Absolutely. A sales goal is going to create a framework for success, Tracy. And if you don't know where you're going, how the heck are you going to get there?
I sure don't know.
Set a goal and then break it down into some more smaller, manageable goals so you can hit those goals, but definitely have a goal.
That's right. Have a goal. So now that you have your goal, what are you going to do with it, Robin?
Well, super important to plan your time, Tracy, because if you don't make time to try and get to your goal, it's just not going to happen. So go ahead and schedule your sales time into your calendar. That's my favorite thing. I know you and I had talked about that too. It's like scheduling time is super important, and it helps you stay connected with your customers on a daily basis, which is essential for repeat business.
And one thing that I found and have found really useful is not only scheduling your time, but I think sometimes it's important, like if you create some sort of habit or a routine. So like maybe Tuesday is going to be your day to like reach out to customers every single week, and Thursday is your day to follow up with the customers that you reached out to.
Totally.
So sometimes like creating a habit or like a specific time every week in your schedule instead of having it all loosey-goosey sometimes really helps, don't you think?
It definitely helps. Plus, it also helps you from burning out. Because if you're like, oh, I'm going to do all one day of sales, and then by the end of the day, you just can't even do anything else. You don't want to do that. You can break it down a couple days a week, and you're golden.
Right. Such a good tip. So one of the things, like some of you might already have some clients, some of you might not have clients yet. So speaking to both of those parties, right? The next thing we kind of wanted to talk about is following up. So why is that important, Robin? And how do people follow up, like with existing clients, or what's your best practice for that? And then also, like if you're just kind of getting new clients, how do you recommend following up? What do you mean by that?
Tracy, follow up is key. It's really key because, if you're not consistent and persistent with existing clients as well as new potential clients, you're not going to ever reap any benefits from it. And people get busy, things get lost in the shuffle. By being the person who's following up, you're staying in touch. Right. And also it is about brand recognition, because when they hear your name again and again, it's going to trigger something. And it's been said, it takes 7 times before a client might buy from you. So it's 7 times of getting in front of them and getting them your name out there. So being persistent and consistent on that is super important, but following up in a nice way. We talked about that earlier. Right. Like, you don't want to follow up being, okay, I haven't heard from you. You want to follow up saying, hey, just checking in.
Yeah, because sometimes they forget. And I think that, if you can kind of keep them, pace them along the process of like whatever it is that you need, whether it be that you're working with custom clients or you're doing wholesale or you're working retail directly with clients, who want to place an order with you. All very important to keep following up, right?
Absolutely.
So we've talked about relationships a lot at Flourish and Thrive Academy. So tell me a little bit about why getting to know your clients is important and relationship building and how it all relates to sales anyway.
Well, relationship building is my favorite thing about sales. I mean, goals and reaching sales goals are awesome, but it's the people. And the more you build the relationships, the more your clients are going to be dedicated to you, and they're going to come back to you again and again. So it's far easier to sell to existing customers than new ones. So get to know your clients and have them come back to you. Make them want to come back to you.
Make them want to come back. And we do that how, Robin?
Well, Tracy,
by creating exceptional customer experiences.
That's right. Exceptional client experience from start to finish. Exceptional. And I always say, like, what do you consider an exceptional experience? Because you want to provide that for somebody else. Make it easy for your customers to buy from you. You know, make if they're having trouble, if you're working with a store and they haven't had time to place an order, write it for them and be memorable. Stand out. It could be like wow packaging that you do, or that little extra thing when you send the product to your customer and maybe have little candies in there.
Yeah.
Have that extra touch that's going to make them want to come back to you.
Right. I think that's really, really a really great point. You know, when I'm sending out my custom jewelry packages to my client, like oftentimes I'll put a box of chocolates in there, and like it's just a surprise when they open it up. They're like, "Oh my goodness! Like, thanks so much for the extra little thought." And then they remember you, which is great because then they think of you the next time they want to do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So what are some of the nice additional touches you can do to create an exceptional client experience besides a box of chocolates or whatever?
Chocolate always works. But
chocolate always works.
You know, just to send a thank you note. Love to do something like that where they're not even expecting it. You know, thank you. I've enjoyed working with you. It's been so great. A little extra gift. Maybe it's, you've got a new collection and you want to send something. You've had a relationship with this particular client or store for a long time. So you're sending it to the buyer. It not only introduces them to the product, but it's also a nice gift for them. Birthdays are great. Remembering birthdays are really awesome. As I said before, addressing their needs in advance by maybe doing an order for them so you can help them do their job better.
Right. Yeah, and so, I think in a custom business, one of the services I offer is, remembering, birthdays. For my clients or, big anniversaries. I can't kind of keep the little track record. So if something's coming up and, I have a client that I've been working with for a while and he needs to buy his wife something, it helps them out a lot. I think part of sales, too, when you're building relationships, it's so great because, over time, you end up really just offering a service at the end of the day. It's not that you're trying to sell something. A lot of times when I'm following up with clients for anniversary gifts and stuff like that, it takes the work out of it for them because they don't have to think about it anymore.
Totally.
And especially men, they love that. So if you have clients who are men buying for women, awesome.
Just say I'll take care of all your gifts for the holidays, for anniversaries. I'll be your go-to person. You're going to make their day.
Right. So, Robin, what's your final tip?
My final tip is just start now. Don't delay. Don't wait until you have the perfect packaging or the perfect handwritten note. Just do it. Just start. It doesn't matter where you are in your business. Just start. I
think one of the things, too, is you can kind of get caught up in excuses. And at the end of the day, what we always say, I feel like I've said at the end of the day a lot, but when all is said and done, if you're not making sales, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. So we want to really emphasize that you need to start wherever you are. You're never going to have the perfect website. You're never going to have the perfect packaging. There's always going to be something that bothers you probably because it's so personal to you. So just put that stuff aside, start where you are, and then move forward and keep getting better. That's what we like to do.
Absolutely. Love it. Start now.
Start now. All right, so now it's your turn. We definitely want to hear from you. So in the comments below, tell us the following. Do you struggle with sales in your business? And are you having a hard time getting repeat clients? So we definitely want to hear that. We want to hear one action step that you're going to take after you watch this video to get more repeat business in your jewelry business. If you like what you watch, make sure you come over and join us over at flourishthriveacademy.com. And you can click on the link below. There is a link to some other free trainings that we have going on right now on our Insiders Tips and Tricks page. And you can learn everything you need to know about laying a strong foundation for your jewelry business. Thank you so much for joining us today. Signing off from Tracy. Robin, do you want to sign off?
Hi. Thank you all so much. And go out there.
Go out there and make some sales and get those repeat customers coming.